get with, but they tried to
Alright,
steal your
it's working.
identity. You could be having a new beginning. They could have tried to steal
I'm gonna
your
turn
identity and get
turn this
arrested
off
for
for a minute
that.
here.
But you got to have this new beginning moving forward now.
Maybe not. Hello.
Lord.
Thank you. Hello. Oops. Sorry, I tried a new thing here and it's not, it fell off the stand. The camera fell off the stand I had it on. And I'm not sure I love this. Because I have to kind of do this. Maybe the mic's just too high. Okay. I'm gonna try. I wanted to get more of like the hands. The hands. Oops, I think I'm turning that the wrong way. The hands, as if they're not connected to my hands. Okay. So, today, as you can see, I am wearing this hat. And that is for fun. It's a Halloween hat. I'm not a witch. It's just a costume. It was given to me special when I used to be on OVW, and there was one of the divas was there, and I'm not going to say which one, but she knows who she was. She had this hat, and I admired it. And at the end of the night, she gave it to me, and I thought it was so sweet. I've had it ever since. I've kind of shaped it for myself. And I wear it whenever I, need a cool hat like this, which was today for sure. Something was going on in the back of my head. You know when you sleep in that way and then like one thing's just like the hair is doing its own thing. Anyway, I swore to myself I was not going to do another like giant long video. So I'm trying to watch the clock, 2:02, which, means nothing because I was specifically watching it for several seconds. Anyway, I wasn't paying attention to the numbers till I said them though. So already 2 cards had fallen out when I was pre-shuffling this deck. Now this deck is one of the new ones, and I have my box over here with the original tarot deck in there and the one I was using for the first 2 videos. And so this one is, I don't have the box, it's all the way over there, and that's far, so maybe I'll show it later. But it's this very cool deck, so I guess we're just going to go right to the bottom where it's the 5 of Pentacles. And as you can see, it has 2 sides. So this one we do take upside down because it's special that way. I'm not going to get out the little book that came with it. It's very hard for me to read it, or anyone, if you don't have like a magnifying glass. Anyway, so I'm just gonna, I'll start by talking about this bottom card since that's the first one I showed you, and I'll just go with it. So this is 5 of Pentacles, and on the light side, there is a person with gray hair, a hood, sort of made out of a blanket, and their clothes are the same color and everything as the hood, and they're sitting on a stair, like a stoop, like the front of a building, and there's a bird there and some windows in the background, and you can see like the sun is shining, and there's 2 pentacles sort of carved into the place where the stair or the entryway where she's sitting. I'll show it again. All right, wonderful. And then on the other side, sorry, I had a little peek. I'm going to quit. I'm going to leave it on the bottom, but I'm going to quit taking it off the deck because otherwise I'm going to switch it up. I don't want to do that. And now I can't remember which side it was. Oh no, bad. Okay, the other side is the clothes they're wearing are darker, or they're in shadow this time. And the windows behind them are closed. Looks like it's colder for sure because the hood is up, and so the person is now in shadow and looks definitely like they're not having as good of a day as the other one. But in both positions, it's clear they don't have much status in the world currently because of the clothes. It often is pictured that way in tarot cards. These are, of course, their own unique artwork. So I'm just going to put that right side up as my feeling and put the deck back down and leave it. And so the cards that came out when I was shuffling, there were two. I thought it was just one, but once I had put the deck back together, I saw there were two, and I was like, well, that's how it happened. And so you can see the card here, and it was in the upright. And so this is the Five of Wands. And you can see there's two men in the picture, and they're in like a forest or woods, backyard, and you can see some of the sky above them, and you can see the green, very vibrant kind of green. And they're both wearing like trunks, maybe swim trunks kind of looks like to me. And then, or maybe that's meant to be like they've disrobed and they're in their skivvies there. And they both have nothing, they're on the skins team on top, and one has dark hair and it's closely cut. The other one has light hair and sort of like mutton chops or hair on the side of his face there. I'm going to show it again. Trying to see if I'm showing it well here. All right, so I'm going to set that up there. I suppose we can, since it was there, no reason. I'm such a huge fan of art, and I like the art on these cards a lot. I'm sometimes scared to do the reverse cards, because then it's like, if you take reverse cards, it's like twice as many meanings, right? And so sometimes I just like to have just the regular first upright meanings. And this one is like, you wouldn't do that. Like, why would you rob yourself this kind of art here? That's the other side of it, and we talk about that some other time, but this was upright, so I'm going to put that there. But the second card that came out was actually reversed with the dark side up, and it is this one here. I'll show you. As you can see, it's two hands gripping a curved stick, which would be the wand. And it's the Ace of Wands, and so again, that's the beginning, the ace. And but it's on the wrong side. So you see that the hands are very similar here, but the color of the card is different. So you can see that on the dark side where they're gripping, you can see that the branch has nothing growing on it. In fact, it looks like pieces have broken off. I'll show it again here. So you have these little branches there, kind of doing that. All right. Yeah. And I don't know if it's just the shadow, but I feel like there's a little more tension in the dark side hand. And I've got this. Sorry, my brain kind of forgot what I was doing for a minute. Did I give the disclaimer? I have a condition. I forget things in mid-sentence. But I think I was just showing the clenched hand. That's right. So it feels like, but it could just be shadows. They almost look like the exact same picture. Having flipped them, I really think it's not. It's the same hand. It's the same hand. And maybe that's because even in the dark side, it's still a new beginning. It's right there on the edge. So you could easily, flip the card. And that's actually one of the things that I like to do with this deck, is when a card comes upside down, that to me is the question. So we had the first card in the upright, showing the two masculine figures here fighting, or sparring, really, because they look like they're, friendly. The guy with the fellow with the light colored hair, he's got a little smirk, I think, and the other fellow is kind of like leaned back a little bit, but it all seems a little bit playful, right? It's one-on-one. It's equal. All right. But then this being the upside down, our question for today is what happened? What happened between these two masculines that became dark? And can they have, is a new beginning available? And I don't want to say between them or with anyone else or what. We don't know what else is going on. We're going to ask, well, we're going to play the game and we're going to see what we get when we flip, and I'll tell kind of a little story about it. All right. I know you can't see these, but I'm just tuck them up there and we'll bring them if we need them. I have a little hand mirror today, so I don't have to like squint and look and see how I'm looking, since I can't see myself, just in case, I didn't get the lipstick off my teeth. All right. I did want to say quite a few of my friends reached out to me about watching my videos. I really appreciate that. Two in particular, Kitty Cat, I'll say, and B, that's what we'll say. And to them, I'm going to say, V says hey, and I have her little doll right here, and hopefully I'll get it out soon, but I can see her right there. I was wearing that like little purse box necklace that I was wearing on the first video. That's one she gave to me specifically the last time I was able to visit her, and I have brought this doll with me. You will both recognize the doll, and we had a great time together, and I actually think I saw both of you because it was all in the same area. Anyway, I miss you guys. I love you guys. Everyone else who's tuned in, friends and family, I'm really excited for whoever else reaches out and lets me know that they watched. That's really very cool. My number one fan, Randy, asked me about makeup, and I thought that was very cute. And so I will say and admit that on the first video, it was just the theme. I wasn't wearing any makeup. I just had just had a shower and let my hair dry, and then put on the dress, and I was just gonna record and see what it was like, and so I didn't put any on. And before I put it on, I went, oh, I didn't put on any makeup, and I was like, well, that's what my face looks like, guys. That is what it looks like on a video without. I use face wash, I used some kind of tonic, potion that I get. I use a company called Face Theory. I'm not, no sponsorships. This is just my personal channel. No monetization or anything. I'm not trying to make any money. I just want to talk to my old friends or anyone who wants to hang out and listen to me talk about tarot currently, or who knows where we'll go. Oh, makeup. That was right. I forgot. So I did want to say that today, or the second video, first to preface, the second video, because my friend, he had already asked me about my makeup, and he goes, well, what was the makeup look you did? And I go, none. So I went ahead and I thought, well, I'll put some eyelashes on. So I went into my cupboard. I haven't done eyelashes in a long time, and it was a big mess last time I did it. And it was still a big mess, and I got all the eyelashes out, glue, whatever. I made a big mess of my eyelashes. I globbed some stuff on. It was terrible. I had to take it all off, and then I threw it in the garbage. And I will never, ever do that again. It was terrible. So with that, I just washed it off, and then I did put on just regular mascara and a little bit of foundation, and did I do anything else? Eyeshadow, I think. All right. So I actually, over there, I did bring out, in case I feel like doing it, I did bring out the makeups that I put on today. I did more. I'm not great with makeup. I actually got pretty good at eyelashes when I was on OVW, but I've always just been like a mess with it. I don't wear that much makeup. I'll put on mascara. I'll put some color on my lips, then I will mess it up and try to wipe it off the rest of the time. Terrible. I'm more likely to get the lipstick all over my clothes or on me or my teeth or something than I am to keep it on my mouth for very long. So, but I did try to do a makeup look today. To go with the hat. So I did just like some basic eyeliner. It's liquid eyeliner over there. I'm sure it was like Wet n Wild or something, if you guys know that. Drugstore brand long ago. I think it still exists. Something basic with all of it, except for the foundation, which I get the same brand as my face wash and tonics. That's Face Theory. It's an English company. So sometimes it takes just a little bit, but I hate when notices come up on my phone. Go away. Go away. It did by magic, or it was done notifying. Thank you, phone. Where was I? Oh God, I forgot. Doesn't matter. I'm sure I was rambling about makeup of all things. So I'm just gonna get back to the reading instead. So let's just, what shape was I gonna do? Well, since we have, oh my God, sorry. Oh my gosh. I have realized that I can do like a cross shape. So I will do a cross shape on this one because we have the two cards anyway. So this will represent the querent. And I don't know which person is the querent, or if it's just the querent is the relationship between these two, or what happened this day, or whatever. We'll just put that there. And so then with this kind of reading, you take, this is the querent, and you put it there. And then this is where we are today. So this would be, you would say, here is the question, and then this covers it. So then traditionally you would cover it. I like to set it next to it, touching it, because I like to look at the pictures. So I'm going to set it next to it, touching it. And then the next card that you deal is sideways. So you see this is crossing it. And when you put it down, it's never taken in reverse. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but that's the way that I learned it. And so we have the Queen of Swords as the one that's crossed, and we'll put it in the light side, but crossed here sideways. And I will mention, I do not like to leave it that way because, but I will rearrange that once I don't. For now, I'm going to kind of do it a little more traditionally and leave it that way. So that one crosses. Then the next one we deal is the one above, and then we say this one is above it. Okay. I'm just gonna finish the deal before I look at it. And then this one is below it. All right. This one is behind it. This one is in front of it. And then I'm gonna move my little mirror here. And then the next thing that we do is a line here. And this one represents sort of your own, the querents, I should say, since this is just like a general reading. The querent, kind of their state of mind, how it will affect the final outcome. Important personal card for personal growth. And so I'm going to lay that one down. Oh my goodness. Noodle! Hush, 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 shush. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That scared me. I hope didn't scare everyone else too much. Oh, excuse me. Noodle was surprised too. I think he's laid back down over here on the couch. Good boy. You're a good boy. I love you, buddy. Okay. So the next card is outside influences. Make sure I'm thinking about that right. And then, then is the, excuse me, it's like I got something stuck there. Clear my throat, please. Thank you. So then, this is the challenge. What's the big challenge card? Oh, nice. And this will be the final outcome card. So I'm gonna flip that one. Put it. Oh my goodness. Well, I have a question right away about the final outcome card. But I'm gonna rearrange here and kind of get us back there. So I like things to be even a little bit. So I'm gonna bring these cards down here. I like to have this one facing upward so I can remember that it's taken the upright, but I make sure I lay it right. These cards all touch because they're traditionally they're laid kind of on top of each other. So I'm going to leave that way out of here. Mirror. All right. And so then past, future, in front I should say, and then this is like your higher self. For some that would be spirit, Holy Spirit. What would they say to you, or God, or your past loved one or something? What would they say to you about this situation? And it's the Four of Swords. Geez, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's getting stuck in my throat here. Trying to remember to sit up straight. So Four of Swords, and I see this is upright, and I see there's a masculine, and he has medium dark hair, so we can't really tell which character this represents, although it is darker, and the one had light hair. So maybe it is the masculine with the dark hair. He's laying at the base of a tree. His head, he's got a scarf or something up around his neck, and he's laying back against the tree, and he has a sword kind of pushed into the ground, his arms crossed over his belly, and it looks like he's kind of looking out, and probably thinking, I would imagine, or napping. But I kind of feel like his eyes are open enough to be looking. And I've got the sky in the background, and we have this kind of blue at the top and the clouds. And so I'm going to show it again. And note that there is sword at the end of the picture and which way it's facing. Sometimes that affects the reading there. And so there you have it. And so that was the higher voice. And so for me, just in this situation, I would say, it means, like, think about what's going on. Are you about to fight a duel? Did you just fight a duel? The sword isn't just like in its sheath, in its place. He has it right there, stabbed into the ground, ready, but he's also laying on the ground. So, it's contemplative. It's saying maybe, make sure you get a little nap in the afternoon and take a rest and think about the next swing of the sword, okay? And so that's that one. And then I forgot to talk about the one that crossed it. So the one that crossed it was the Queen of Swords. And that kind of gives you, I know I said we had the challenge. This one is like, what's the situation between these two cards? So we had the querent, which was the Five of Wands there, and then we had the Ace is where it is at the moment. Shaky hand there. Ooh. And so this card, it kind of explains the time or space that happened between them, crossed the two cards. And it was just my imagination, nothing, just so you know when I'm telling these stories, I'm not doing it from any like pre-written thing, or I'm not thinking of anyone in particular. I'm just reading these cards and the people in the cards. It's kind of part of the game is to just sense what story would bring these cards together and see the similarities, see the simulation, watch for the numbers. Ooh, The Matrix. This woman watches very old movies. Let me see here. I got distracted myself, and I had one of those moments where I was like, what am I doing? Why am I here? I'm holding 2 cards in my hand. One of them was cross. So Queen of Swords. She is sitting on her throne. She's sitting in the front of her throne, like kind of perched on the edge. She's looking over her shoulder. She's holding the sword in her hand. She has a white glove on. She has a white glove in the other hand that's sort of resting on her leg, and she has some kind of white ball in her, not like a volleyball or something, but like maybe a crystal ball, or I don't know. Maybe that's maybe that again, like last time. Maybe this is her purse, and it's just at a weird angle. Who knows? It's kind of sitting in the crook of her lap there. Between her legs, and then she has armor on the top, but it's kind of fancy, and I noticed there's some reflections there, so I'm going to just show that so you can kind of get a look, whether you think that's fancy or just like a cool vest, fancy armor I should say, or a cool vest. And I don't know if someone's like saying, hey, it's almost time to go, and she's like, I'm ready. All right, so let's see. So we did above, then it would have been the above card. So again, take a nap or take a meditation in the afternoon. And I don't know why I keep saying in the afternoon, but maybe that's a time someone gets like stressed, and that would be a nice time to take a break in between. Just off on another subject, and then I looked at the time, 27 minutes. I was just thinking of how in one of my next sister, love you, she and I went to Europe, and we did the old backpack thing, and we traveled around, and when we were in Greece in particular, but we did spend a lot of time in Italy, and they would have this time where like all the restaurants and everything would close because it's like the hottest time, and you just go back to your place and you lay like on the cold floor if you're lucky enough to have a cold floor with the fans. You fan yourself, you sit under a tree, you just sort of rest. And so for some reason I was thinking of that, so maybe take a little siesta, right? All right. And then 4 of Wands, that is the below card. Noodle, baby, please. No. It's okay. Shush. Please. I'm sure it's nothing. People are allowed to be in the world, okay? They can't help it. They're going past the house. Just shush, please, down. Just good boy. Love you, buddy. Good boy. All right. Nope. What are you hearing? I don't want to pause again. Just like I'll forget everything. I won't even know what I'm doing. Wait, what am I doing? Jokes. So 4 of Wands, and it was in the reverse, so I'm going to show it in case I didn't. I can't remember. And you can see there's a castle in the background. It's kind of like definitely a stormy day. I heard myself starting to talk fast there. It's like, don't do that. Although it kind of looks like that energy. Maybe I should kind of modulate my voice based on that. So I'm going to just stop telling myself what to do in my head. So you see these 2 characters, and they're looking back at the house, and it's kind of broken. The roof's down, the window's black. There's, you can see the wind and the little accoutrements or whatever around, a red ribbon, on a tree that's falling across. And there's a tree, of course, because it's wands. And I can't tell if they have a basket between them or what. They seem fairly clean, at least from behind, their clothes and everything. So whatever happened, maybe they're just coming home and they're like, what is happening? So they might be preoccupied with the fact that their home has had a roof cave in. So that would be sort of the under, what's preoccupying you, what's in your subconscious, okay? And then behind, what's behind? Oh, this is so cute. So this is the Sun card, which is one of those major cards. And, oh, this deck has the number, so it's XIX. That sounded differently, which is, I think, what, 19? All right. I'm bad at math and Roman numerals, but I like them. Both of those things, both of them. So I have the Sun here, and I'm going to show it to you. Oh, I know that I should probably, I'm going to have to do that thing where I should have stickers. Don't look. Gross. All right. All right, so forgive my gum, but I put that over the bottom one, and I want to show you the top one. So just don't even look at my gum, okay? Try to keep it out of the shot there. You can see, okay, oof, did not like that. And I'm going to place this over here for throwing away later. I will note, for those of you who do chew gum, you probably already know this, but always be careful to wrap your gum up into a wrapper or a paper when you put it in the garbage, because otherwise it kind of sticks on the bottom, or it can get lost in your own hair. Who knows what? It's a disaster. So when you chew gum, be responsible. Not to be preachy, but I guess that's kind of what I'm doing here in a way. And I have, so I'm going to just look at it and say what I see. So you see this field of sunflowers, and the sun is just huge behind, and it's like this, like little eyes are closed. It's smiling, like a closed mouth smile, eyes closed, eyebrows kind of tipping out. Like it's that, aww. And the sun is watching this little boy, I was going to say or girl, but again, I did have to cover, so I moved my thumb and I went, oh, right, it's pretty specific. And this figure, this child, I'm just going to say that because really it's about the spirit of the card, because it doesn't even have to mean a person. This could just be what it felt like in the past. It felt like this day. Maybe the querent is young, this is, or this was the childhood of the querent, okay? So we had, again, it's the sun, the child is playing in the field here with the sunflowers, and the sunflowers are all facing the boy, and with the sun being right there, you can totally tell the connection, the way plants really need and soak up the sun. And humans, we need the sun too. That's vitamin D, and makes all of our food grow. Whatever you eat, it was the power of the sun, right? Keeps our atmosphere, most of you know what the sun does. Of course, sun also means like S-U-N, as in you have a son, I have a son. Some of us have children, you might have children. This might be about, literally about your son. Okay, so I'm going to lay that there. And that's the past, is this card, the sun card. And then in front we have, this is the Six of Cups, and it's a little bit of a sad view because, especially because of what's on the other side. So this is flipped here. This is flipped, and you can see on this side, it's a little fishing trip between this adult and child. But on the side that we had today for the it's almost like in front of, but it's kind of like that outside influence thing too. This is, it's not like future, it's like what's in front, what's blocking, what's kind of blocking the situation. And so in this case, we have the Six of Cups, and we see the cups are sitting, and in the background we have, I think there's a couple cups in the background laying over, which is a sign of neglected cups, not filling the back up, not cleaning them. They're not ready. but there are 3 cups here ready, but the little child is alone. The child is, it's either sunset or morning. Either way, this child is alone. And they're sitting on probably a dock. And that reminded me, sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes. There's not a ship in here, I will note, but there is the reflection of the sun, and it's in the trees and there, and it could be morning or it could be evening. And the child is actually wearing like shorts and a top, short sleeve shirt, so you can see their bare arms and bare legs and feet and hands, and the like side of their cheek and chin, but they're looking away across the water there, and they're kind of, I get the idea that they're rocking, because the feet are kind of pointed up, the little hands are holding the toes, and I feel like I do this sometimes myself when I get a little contemplative. I say sad, but it could just be contemplative. Maybe they had this day, but now they're a little sad it's over, or they wish it was that day still. But I will note we still have 3 good cups here, and just with the way that the feet are active and the hands are active, I feel like they're, it's not like it's not like the sad clutch and fully just depressed, but it's, it's thoughtful. It could be sad, but it could also just be that there's someone, I almost get missing, missing, like someone's, like they're missing something. This child is missing something. I don't know, I keep saying it, so I'll just leave it, missing something. Oh. I feel like we all know that feeling of when, of loss, of change, maybe, change, okay. So then we would move on to the first in line here, and that is the 4 of Pentacles, upright. On the flip side here, and I just looked at the time, oh well, looks like I make hour videos. There you go. We got the 4 of Pentacles. I guess I don't need to talk about him, but he does look a little grumpy, okay? But on the flip side, we've got this guy has a beard, and it is a nice beard. He should be proud of that. It's a nice shape, as a little like fork or whatever in the middle. It's nice and thick and combed, it looks like to me. He's got a nice clean hat on that matches his vest. He's got a little fur around, and the top is laced, and then he's got like this orange kind of surcoat or whatever, tunic. I really want to itch my nose, but it's so impolite, and I don't want to be that person. Just their nose all the time, even though I am. He's holding his pentacle up, like shining it in the light, and he's got like that, he's looking up, he's happy, he's maybe a little proud, but not like the kind of proud where he's showing off. He's not like covered in jewels or anything. He's like, yep, I did it. I worked hard. And there's a little bird in the background in the window, and you can kind of see like that kind of purplish color sky there, which again could be morning, night, but just kind of has like a neutral feel to it. And so he does have this, I always think it's a plate, like he's eating, because he has that at the table, but it's probably another pentacle that's in his hand because it's 4. So I see this guy's got 2 and he's clutching them. This guy has 2 and he's holding one up, like maybe even looking at his own reflection. Oh, right, because I like, that's funny because I brought a mirror. It's like, let's check. Well, maybe I can scratch my nose behind the mirror. Don't watch. Oh my goodness. I think that's just going to make me want to do it again, but oh, now it's itching worse. Never do that. If your nose itches, just stop. I think it means someone's thinking about you though, right? Oh, cute. So we got 4 of Pentacles. He's proud. He's done a good job. His table's clean. He has his little watch there, but it's not open. He's not worried about it. He's got his candle to one side or a lamp or something. The kitchen looks kind of clean in the background. The cupboards are closed. He's got a mug or a cup here with maybe a saucer underneath it, you know? He's having a good day, okay? So that's the state of mind that that the querent would be in. That's what bringing to the table. So that's great. And this one, let me think. This is like outside influencers, things that are beyond your control that you can't do anything about. And it's the 3 of Wands in reverse. So I'll show it. You can see up on the top, there's it's dark side up, and the man is sitting there with the, kind of tapping. I see him kind of tapping that wand there on the ground. Looks kind of like a stone or rocky ground. And there's the trees that we see have no leaves on them. They're kind of skeletal, like winter. Although he does have bare arms, and he's not showing that he's cold. But the bottom of his sort of gown there is a little, sorry, Noodle, move that. Noodle wants to lay down my peripheral vision there. Anyway, his, could just be that it's night, but he does look a little disheveled, all right? And so, maybe that's like the loss of, this could be these 2 people, the loss of the friendship maybe, but it kind of has that feeling of something that's finished, that's done, and there's no all that the entire reading with the 2 different figures that are kind of contemplative, a lot of thinking, or 3, I guess, with the young person here. And so there's a lot of feeling for me of just like, letting go, letting something be what happened. What happened, right? Even if you can't repair a situation, you can always just forgive the situation. Forgive yourself, forgive the person that hurt you, forgive, the fact that you didn't have knowledge or you didn't know, or forgive someone who didn't do anything, because holding on to that is like, it's like a little bit of darkness in your heart. And I sometimes when I'm feeling blue, I kind of made up my own little song that I sing, but it just comes from the phrase that I remind myself, which is light heart, darkness part. And it kind of rhymes, so I don't do like spell work or anything, but like if you think of confirmations, or you think of prayers, or you think of hopes or wishes, it's like that. It's like remembering and reminding yourself that that at your very core, you're light. We all want joy to bubble up out of our hearts. And so just let that happen. We can be sad. We can mourn the loss. We can feel more than one thing at a time. Just don't hold on to suffering. Something I learned like last year. I'm not all wise, but that there's a difference between when like trauma happens. Lots of things are traumatic. Some of us might have trauma ongoing every day for whatever reason, but it's not the pain you feel. It's hanging on to that memory of the pain you feel. So when you like trip and you fall and you skin your knee, you don't want your knee to be skinned forever. You gotta go home, wash it up, put the Band-Aid on, let it heal. Don't keep falling on it, let it heal. And maybe, get a little better at not falling down, or I don't want to victim blame. I fell down on an icy patch. I'm sure we can all relate. And I hurt my finger right here, and pop my wrist a little bit, and it just popped right there. You probably couldn't hear it, but it went. It seems to be better, but it's like still, popping, which I would prefer not to have that happening. So I better, 44, not too bad. Towards the end, 2 cards left, doing pretty good. And I am gonna put this one, so this is like the challenge. What is, and I kind of wish the 2 cards were switched, but that's just I shouldn't bring my own personal, I have to bring my own person and thoughts to this, but I don't like to be disappointed in a read because the final card is not as good as the challenge card. And it's kind of fine here because the challenge card is the world. That's kind of a big one. Did that happen? I sometimes play this and just practice and stuff and learn. I watch and I learn. And so I can't remember if I said that second video I did, which was long, and I felt unsatisfied at the end and I felt really, really tired. And I was like, oh man, don't. I was like, there you go, starting something and then you're going to stop doing it right away because you're like, oh, now I'm bored and tired, second video. But I think it was just the way that I just overdid it. I should just I think it was the 2 rows in a row for real. And I shouldn't have tried to do a whole card reading first time. I should have just done something like this. And now we're on 3 and we've learned. We put makeup on, we set the microphone up a little different. I moved the amp over here, so hopefully the recording will be a little better. I like to use the amp because I can hear it too, and I can hear if I get all squeaky, oh no, I'm nervous. I can kind of hear how I'm sounding. I like that. And it seemed to record fine. I don't really know what I'm doing with any of this stuff, but or with anything. Where am I? What am I doing? A reading, the world. Okay. We've got the red hairs back. I have a red hair wig. Maybe I'll put that on at the next one. That gives fun costume ideas. So we have the world, and again, that's the last card. That's 21. And you've got the ocean, you've got the sky, you've got the flowers. I did show it. Oopsie. Because I just now noticed underneath, there's a little underneath. So whatever. Sorry. Then someone please just leave it alone. I will try to cover these, I guess. I get some stickers. So we've got the world. She has a wand in her hand or something. She's stretching. I'm not going to show it again because I'm not sure what's okay. I notice a lot of tarot readers cover with their hands or they have them pre-covered, and I'm gonna forget all the time. So I'm just gonna have to think of it ahead of time and look through the cards and then do a little sticker or paint. Anyway, she's posed. She's got her arm up. She's one arm up. She's one out. It's the world. It's the world. Okay, it's the world. And so the challenge is the entire world, apparently. This is for all the goods. I don't know, I'm looking at the whole read now to try to make sense of it, even though I haven't told you guys the final outcome card, but the final outcome. So let me look. You got the 2 guys at the beginning. Oh, maybe so maybe there was maybe these 2 masculines were friends, rivals, in the same, what do you call that? Where you fight with sticks? I'm going to show the card because it's clearly what they're doing. But they were in a stick fighting club. I remember, for some reason, I'm thinking of Dirty Dancing movie. Old movie. Old witch like me. We're not a witch, costume. It's just want everyone to know I have no real knowledge of witchcraft. I like science books and romance novels. What was I talking about? Why was I talking about romance novels? It's weird. I don't know. Okay. I was talking about these rivals, and I was looking at that card. So let's just take it that way. I'm going to tell the story as if it's like two rivals, but friendly rivals at one point, and then now they're both fighting for the same new beginning. I don't know. And that could be anything, or they're like just opposites now. See, I don't want to make like drama and dramatic, but I can't help it because I feel like the tarot cards are dramatic, and I had totally forgotten that what crossed them was the Queen of Swords. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna make it like that. Tell it like apparently this Queen of Swords, she maybe got between them. Maybe that's what they were rivals about, for her affections, and that's what got between them. And then so then oh my goodness, sorry. Then this one would be, your higher self saying, think about this. Is this really how we want to be? Below, you're thinking like, oh God, homewrecker. What? I hope not, you guys. Homewrecking, not cool. Personally, I never, I would hope when I was very young, I'm sure that there was one, if you know, you're one of my best friends now still, so I later called it a call waiting relationship, and I didn't really know that was happening. That was done to me, where it was like, hold on, and he'd click over between us, and we find out, and then we became friends, and we were sort of, I won't say mean, but we were very mischievous after that. And we weren't, at least I wasn't with him anymore at that point. We were just all friends. And so that's like my personal relation to this. And again, homewrecker just came to my mind. I hope that's not what's happening. And if there's if that is, I'm very sorry. All breakups are hard, right? They're all hard. Like I already said, like for both of you, like a roof caving in, that's a big thing. That's gonna hurt. So, take your time. Like the higher self said, take your time, take a nap, take care of yourself. Think about what you want in life. Reassess your values as you go forward. And so then, again, I have to kind of try to cover this. We had the Sun card in the past. Maybe there's a child here, or children, or a dog, a cat, or just the memory of that sort of feeling of being in a naked in a sunflower field with the bright sun. I don't know if I can completely relate. I would probably I wouldn't remember, is what I'm trying to say, that age. And I don't know why, but my dad and my mom would laugh because I just thought of the picture that exists of me, and Arnold Lateik probably looks just like this little dude here, and it's a picture of me after I've been outside, and I must have gotten in the mud. I was a mess, and I'm in a diaper, and I've pulled off whatever, I think, it's just like messy, you can just see covered, and I'm in a little striped shirt that's just like, oh, ouch, owie. That pain just totally distracted me. So I'm sorry if anyone's, in pain about what I was saying before. There was no pain in the story. It was hilarious. I was a messy kid, and thank goodness, I'm thankful to my dad that he got this picture, because it just makes me laugh. And whenever I get too hung up on more fussy kind of adult things, I Like if I'm going, oh, I want to plant a flower, but I don't want to get dirt under my nails. Well, I say, how are you going to plant a flower without getting dirt under your nails? And the answer is if you get gardening gloves. But you have to be the type to remember where your gloves are, so sometimes just get your hands dirty, and I don't know why that came into the reading, but I'm going to, in a good way. I was just thinking, like, I don't mean that in a bad way at all. Please don't get your hands dirty in a bad way. And then once your hands are dirty, do wash up. And then so with this, there's a little sadness, and I see in the future maybe, if this is that same child that in the past was dancing in the sun and is now a little more sad. Sometimes you have to grieve and feel it, but then you have to take, what you have and move forward, I would say. I'm going to take the world again. I'm not going to show it again, but the world card as the challenge is that you have your whole life ahead of you. You have your whole world, like we all do. If you woke up today, your life is ahead of you. You have your whole life ahead of you, right? Because the past doesn't exist. All right? It's gone. It's done. Okay? So now I'm finally going to show the bottom card, and I've changed my mind about it being a bummer just because it's upside down. It is in the dark side, and it is the Ace of Cups. But in this case, just remember that the goal is to flip the cards. The goal of any contemplation, and that's all tarot should do. It's not telling the future. I'm not predicting anything. What I'm doing is telling a story based on these cards, and it's actually very cool what you can see and how these kind of emotions that they show in the cards can kind of tap into things you have inside of you that maybe you need to see from a different angle. So like in this case, we're seeing a new beginning of the cups variety. And in the Ace of Cups here, it's upside down. The sun is shining, and it's, but the one hand is grasping. You can see that this side is grasping onto it, doesn't want to let go. But you have to let go of that cup in order to fill it up. You have to turn it up, right side up. Okay, cups can't be filled that way. Okay, I know. Hopefully this isn't the first time that you've been advised to turn the cups so the bowl part is up, and then you can fill it up. Okay, you can have a brand new spanking cup of whatever you like in there, and or you can put a treasure in there or anything. It's a cup. So I see the time. I've almost hit the hour mark. I'm just going to start aiming for that. Apparently, that's how long it takes me to read these tarots and tell stories and have a good time. And so remember, it did come this way, but I personally, at the end with this deck, I do some talking about it and I flip them. I didn't flip here, but in this case, we're going to flip this one and say, let's take this as a chance to wash this cup out, clean it up, and refill it. Okay, let's all, oh, I just had a funny thought. Let's all go get a glass or a cup or any kind of thing that will hold and drink some water. It's never a bad idea to drink water, unless you're in the ocean. Okay, don't drink ocean water, and especially if you're like under the water. That's not the time to be drinking, okay? Otherwise, let's all drink some nice fresh water, okay? And, oops, oh, just one second. All right. So this will be a little longer. That's the end of the reading. So if anyone is in a rush, that's fine. None of this will be about tarot. That would be the end of it. So this is the doll I was talking about. This is my Vashti, and it's one of those living dead dolls. And of course, me and my gang, I love those dolls, and it was the only one that I had. and because it looked kind of like how I looked back then, but these days it looked much more like Vashti. And so I took it with me, and we decorated it. I've added, of course, the Jack Skellington and everything, and so I always still have my Vashti to hold. And Vashti, we just love you so much. You are a blessing to all of us. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. You were just a blessing to all of us. I'm so glad I knew you. I had you in my life. You're so lovely, lovely. So, Catherine, B, love to you guys, everyone. I love you. Here's that makeup. Here's the tarot deck opposites. And I'll see you next time. Okay? Oh, hit that like if you would. A little like, a little subscribe, whatever. Just so, more of my friends can see it. Love you. Bye.